Anica Walls, thank you so much for making time for us. So just what is SEIU right now making of the governor's return to work order on July 1st?
Quite frankly, it's creating a nice little workload for us, right? For our members, it doesn't make too much sense. Since COVID, we have been working and doing the jobs and being efficient at running the programs that keep California running. And this mandate, as overarching as it is, does not give the departments the space to bring back our workers as needed for the job that they do in the classification. So it's frustrating for our members, especially given in some cases the workspace and things like parking don't look the same as they did when they left their office spaces some 3, 4, in some cases 5 years ago.
The governor tried to do this last year unsuccessfully. I mean, what has happened between then and now? Why are we at this point again with between you two?
Quite frankly, I think the time's just up. Last year, we were in, like you said, in this space, and we, successfully agreed on a side letter, and were able to put the return to office mandate to rest for a year. Why it's coming up again doesn't seem to make too much sense. We have shown through some of the state's own data that it saves millions of dollars, some $250 million, and it allows for us to do our work more efficiently and even retain people in spaces and places that we, had trouble retaining individuals. And so it's even allowed for us to fill vacancies. And so it doesn't make sense that we're being pulled back physically into an office when we've proven that we, can modernize how we do our jobs, do it hybridly, and do it efficiently, and save the taxpayers money.
Yeah, on this question about department space, do you all have a sense of how many departments are impacted by the space issue?
It's going to be really critically important for our members to communicate with us through the entire process. We do have ideas of some departments that we've seen the downsize happen just in front of us. Sacramento is a good example. Some of our LA offices just kind of no longer exist. We've transitioned some blocks in some cases into a building. And so I think we're yet to see. We've heard that there's going to be space problems, more so from our members. The administration seems to say that there's not as much space issues as originally thought. However, that's not what we're hearing from our members, and it is not okay to put multiple individuals in a conference room and call that an office.
Yeah, and I know that there are questions about exemptions too that don't seem really uniform across the board potentially. Is that something that your members are also looking at?
Again, it's going to be critical for our members to communicate with us, because we are seeing in some cases departments that haven't noticed us. So in those cases, they're on a different time frame at this point. We have gotten some notices where, smaller classifications or smaller divisions are already letting us know that they are not going to come back 4 times a week for whatever reason. In some cases, it is space. In other cases, it's just the workload, or some of their individuals live farther away, right? There's circumstances that I think is a case-by-case basis in some cases, but I think the overarching mandate is hitting our bigger departments, our bigger divisions, definitely putting some fear into the workers of how their life is going to change, how it's going to affect their pocketbooks, especially with the rising costs everywhere of groceries, of gas. We have members who are saying that they're going to brown bag lunch it because they can't afford to eat out around the places that they work. So lots of frustration and lots of uncertainties, especially when, again, there's a different reality for the people who are actually doing the jobs versus the mandates we're getting from people who don't.
The governor is, from his standpoint, I know, is making the case that, it's time to get back to work. There is efficiency in collaboration, physically seeing people and working together. And that, I mean, there's accountability in that too, knowing that people are back to work. What's your response to that?
I think, again, through COVID, we have shown that we can be efficient and we could collaborate and we could work together and get things done efficiently, effectively, and, like I said, save the taxpayers money. Nice to see you again. We see each other often. It's funny, though, how, again, on the ground, our members will come in and still be in separate spaces, but meeting over things like Zoom or Teams. And so if we're really talking about collaboration, it would be nice to see, right, all of the individuals back in the office, not just certain classifications, but that's not what we're seeing in all cases, right?
Can you confirm that like your members are, like there's some sort of commitment that your members aren't doing other things outside of work, like for example, like playing pickleball during the day, or going to the gym when maybe they should be figuring out how to, whatever it is their department requires them to do? I mean, like, are you absolutely sure, and just for taxpayers watching this, that that's not happening?
Our members are responsible and they do the jobs. A lot of times they love what they do. So I have no doubt that our members are in the spaces that they need to be in to successfully produce and do the job that they are assigned to do, the duties assigned to them by their division or their department.
There's a billboard on the Cap City Freeway right now. You guys put that up?
We did not.
Oh,
no,
you did
some
not.
of our members did.
Some,
yeah.
okay,
or
so
some people who care deeply about this did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, overall, again, questioning sort of the timing of this. This is the governor's last year in office. Do you really think that this will actually happen? I mean, are you sure this isn't a bargaining chip in maybe the budget negotiations that are happening right now?
I don't see that chip. I don't see the leverage. For state employees, we are so little of the budget. We're less than 3%. I would call it dust when it comes to things that California does. We are the fourth largest economy in the world. And so being able to prioritize the workers who do the jobs that keep this great state running and allow for Californians to continue getting the services that they benefit from, I think is important, right? We're seeing that workers in general need to unite and come together and fight for one another, because really we're seeing too little people making too much of the money. And it's the workers who keep this great state, not only the state but the nation running, that we need to be valued for the work that we do. And it's a lot of the work that we do that makes this state the fourth largest economy in the world.
What do you think will happen if this does stay in place? July 1st, everyone has to come back.
I feel like there will be a mass exodus. I feel like the state needs to be ready for a mass exodus. We have individuals who I think have been teetering retirement, who look at this 4 days a week when they've been doing their job efficiently in a hybrid schedule. Will probably send them into a retirement in some cases. I also feel like individuals who took jobs and live more than 40 miles away may have to really look at whether or not they're going to be able to keep those jobs. And so I think for families, like I said, there's the uncertainty can be a little scary, but nonetheless, I don't doubt that members where they have to will definitely do everything that they can to maintain their positions and to do the jobs that they were hired to do.
And I mean, how do you see that impacting taxpayers who rely on government services and these agencies?
Well, in some cases, depending what those departments are, the lines at DMV might just get longer. Those wait times for EDD and or for Social Security disability benefits might get a little bit longer. And the anger shouldn't be aimed at state employees. We're dealing with a high rate vacancies and individuals who are working or doing the jobs of 2 or 3 people because of these vacancies. And so the anger shouldn't be aimed at the workers. It should be aimed at the structure of which we have to do the work in. On top of that, like I said, right, we want livable wages and affordable health care, and be able to retire with some dignity.
Is there anything else you think we should know about this return to office situation?
Just that people are fired up, and we're letting them know that they have to get involved. If return to office, if it's a scary thing for you, you need to get out with us when we are having these actions, having these protests, and letting the administration know that it's something that we care deeply about. I think it doesn't just affect state employees, it does affect the communities where we work and where we live. We saw again from the data, the state's own data, that We were meeting our climate goals when we were working remotely. And so, you know, where have those goals gone? We see that there's going to be more traffic on the streets. I think the billboard speaks to that beautifully. We need to unite all workers. Again, not just SEIU Local 1000, but everybody affected by this mandate needs to speak up. There is a better way and a more efficient way to do the government work. I think the administration could be a leader, and this is one space where they could actually take a step forward, lead, and maybe be a choice employer. Make the right decision.
All right. Anica Walls, we really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.